Hey, what's up, everyone? Just thought I'd talk to you today a little bit about the new bill that Congress has passed. So, they've allowed in the U.S. for a bill for $95 billion to be sent to Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, and for a TikTok ban. 68 or $60.8 billion for Ukraine. That's billion with a B. 26 billion for Israel. I'm not quite sure about Taiwan or how much they're spending on the TikTok ban. But either way, what does Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan have to do with TikTok? Is TikTok really that important? Is TikTok influencing the people in a certain way? I've been on TikTok. There's nothing but stupid shit on there. I don't know how that could be benefiting anybody or doing anything to anybody but making people dumber. And I don't think they care if people are dumb, to be honest. So that's not the issue. So we send all the 95 billion, almost 100 billion to these three places when there's millions of people crossing the border of Mexico into the US and nobody seems to give a shit about that. There's 112,000 fentanyl deaths in 2023 in America alone, but we're sending all this money overseas to help them, but really it's just hurting us because that's money that could be spent here in the home front. We need to take care of the home front first and then send money elsewhere, not the opposite way around. That doesn't work anywhere and never has. You can take a look all across the nation from Kensington Avenue, Skid Row, the Tenderloin District, many other places. The streets are just filled with junkies and fentanyl, people standing up, leaning over, falling asleep on their feet, people defecating in the roads, in the streets, and the sidewalks, people corrupting businesses in these areas. When I was a kid, they always said that if you want to see what's going to happen in Iowa, look at California or look at LA in particular, and whatever LA's doing in like 5 or 10 years, it usually makes its way to Iowa. So that's one thing I always learned when I was a kid, and when I was a kid, this was true because just for instance, I went to a McDonald's in California and they had like a digital display. This was before digital displays were popular, and then I come back to Iowa and like 2-3 years later they started getting the digital displays there. So that's just an example of how that works. But what I'm getting at is these places are specifically LA is a guideline for how the world or the country is going to be in eventually. So if fentanyl addicts and drug addicted addicts and robbery and all this kind of stuff are happening in Los Angeles, then that means that's what's to come all across the nation. There's millions of people coming across the border, millions, and they don't care. They stop them. They stop some of them. They know when they're coming in. It's not like it's hard to track these people. They come through the obvious spots. They track them. They tag them, and then they keep them for so long, and then they release them, or they just, they give them money for housing and all this kind of stuff. They don't need no money. You need to drop them back off where they came from. You need to find out where they came from and be like, all right, we're taking you exactly back where you came from. So you came all the way from Brazil. We're taking your ass back to Brazil. We don't give a fuck. That's what they need to do. But no. So we don't think about the real problems that we have, or we're not trying to solve no problems. We're trying to kill the youth in America. Every single person who is in America that thinks that Israel and Ukraine and Taiwan deserve any money are a dumbass. That and a TikTok ban, you think that really makes a difference when we got millions of people coming in the border with fentanyl, and fentanyl is the leading cause of death amongst people in the United States, and we're not doing nothing about the fentanyl. We're not punishing the Sackler family or for getting everybody addicted to opiates. We're not punishing the Purdue pharmaceutical for pushing all the drugs and getting everybody addicted to the drugs. We're not punishing none of them. We're not punishing the pharmaceutical industry at all. all we care about is sending all this money and all these distractions. But in reality, the only thing that matters is that Congress gets their money and that everything runs as smooth as sail and the flow of traffic keeps on going. Well, the flow of traffic is about to jam up real soon. There's going to be a traffic accident that leads all through this place because if we don't do something immediately, China will have already invaded. They already are invading right now, and we don't realize it at the border. But China is already slowly invading. That must be their plan to infiltrate America, because they're invading at the border, bringing in fentanyl. They're setting up houses, getting a location set for their stuff, and they're distributing themselves amongst the nation. So whenever they're ready, they can take over control, and they could easily take us out. But nobody sees that. Everybody thinks that, oh, China's not bothered about us by us, considering they have spyware in 90% of kids' pockets. So they're monitoring and tracking most people in the United States just through TikTok alone, and then they're sending all their drugs over here, and then they're sending all their people with drugs across the border, and we don't even notice that. We don't put a $1 to that to stop China, but we spend all our dollars on Chinese goods. It's ridiculous. America is retarded or stupid or whatever you want to call it. America is slow. Whoever is in charge of the government in America, you are stupid. Stupid. You do not know how to do anything. You deserve to be shot. Your whole family deserves to be murdered. So that's all I got for today. But next time that you're watching the news or you're getting ready to vote for your political party, remember that your vote does not count. Trump and Biden both suck. And more money is going to be spent on useless stuff while the real problem is people are dying in the streets from fentanyl.